Can India's next global innovation come from a small village school? What needs to be changed for that to happen?
First thing is an opportunity, and the second thing is like willingness to do that in the tier 3 city.
Many people dream of changing the education system, but very few actually do it. What gave you the courage to start a school in a tier 3 town instead of a metropolitan city?
Why not? That's the problem. See, many people ask me the same question when I was building the school in tier 3 city. It's a village, to be honest. It's not even a city. But the question is, why not the small kid, the small village should ensure that they have an international class of standards of education. So in terms of education itself, we'll talk about. So in case we are talking about education, future-ready education is mastering what exactly the technologies that we are having around us. It's not consumer, it's like the producer.
Can we play a small rapid fire round with each other?
Yeah.
I'll be giving you a few words. You just have to answer me in a single word, right? Marks.
Marks, basically it's overrated,
Artificial intelligence.
underrated, and essential too.
Homework.
Homework overrated. The current form of homework is overrated.
Okay. Tuition.
Tuition overrated.
Hello everyone, my name is Tusharika Sharma and I welcome you all in today's beautiful segment of our One More podcast. Today we are going to discuss about something which is very important in our life. We're going to speak about education. You see what is happening in Jantar Mantar, you see what is happening in different segments of society now, and specifically in those areas where we find a lot of students, right? Why is it so? Why the demographic dividend of India is not able to be utilized in such a way that it should be. Why we are not able to compete with China, why we are not able to bring something on table when there is an international forum discussing about something, why we're not able to participate in a lot of stuff where we are supposed to do. Why even after having such a large number of youth in India, we're not able to get that much medals in any kind of games or any kind of international organizations or any kind of MUN, whatever is happening, right? That means we are lacking somewhere. We're lacking somewhere where our roots belong to. We're lacking somewhere where we are supposed to build ourselves. We are lacking somewhere in shaping our past, present, and ultimately the future. So today we will be discussing about the loopholes in education system. We will be discussing about how important skill is. We will be discussing about how education should be driven. We'll be discussing about what kind of behavioral or value system should be developed in student, and do parents, students and schools have their own roles, and what kind of roles are these? We'll be discussing about everything because I'm having a wonderful guest with me, Mr. Manesh Sathyanathan sir. He's an education futurist, principal of Bodhi International School. He's a TEDx speaker, Forbes India featured education leader, and he's doing a great job. His father founded this school and he's continuing this legacy. I had a great conversation with him and I want to ask all these questions to him and make you understand what kind of change this man is bringing on table. And he's currently he's having 700 students in his school, and rather than that bookish education, he's planning to bring something new. He's planning to give a different mindset, a different aspect to these students life, and it is going to add a lot of value. So I would like to welcome Manish sir to this podcast.
Namaste, ma'am.
And namaste sir, and it was absolutely wonderful speaking to you. Such a visionary man. You have mentioned education futurist. I believe that's an absolutely right word you've used for yourself.
Thank you so much.
The first question that I want to ask you, Manish sir, is that you built a successful career in the IT industry and yet you chose to leave it and enter into education sector, which is highly competitive and highly commercialized nowadays. So most people would have done something opposite. Why you chose education as a sector?
See, ma'am, actually, I always, from my childhood, I always wanted to ensure that there is something that I wanted to love and do it. And when I was doing my class 11 and 12 and all, in my childhood, I was not so happy and I was no studious. Then by then I later understood, like, why am I not able to understand? Then I understood that The problem is we have to memorize things which I don't like basically. I wanted to understand things that is happening, something like in Slumdog Millionaire movie. Okay, that person becomes a millionaire because he got everything out of his experiences, which many just toppers can't able to crack it. On that note, I always wanted to ensure that we were supposed to build an education institution from my childhood itself. And that took so much of time. I was being interviewed by so many people for that, including my dad, who was like, you are so young and how can you able to manage the schools and all. So over a period of time, since I was so concrete on my decisions, finally they left to me like, okay, fine, go ahead and do it. So that's the point. And beyond that, any kid should love education, because see, I'm going to dedicate my life for the next 20-25 years
Absolutely.
in education. But without liking it, I'm not going to do anything. That's a problem. That's why I thought like, okay, fine, let's enter into education and make the kid love education.
Wow.
And let them just enjoy the 25 years of their life beyond books and everything. See, books are important. Even now I'll claim that my kids are awesome in that. But still I'll say like the child should enjoy learning.
Yes.
That's what I wanted to do that.
And I think education system is brought for that learning only, not to cram or mug up something, right?
Exactly.
Was there one defining moment? What was that one moment when you were convinced that education, not technology, was where you could create a greatest impact?
Yes. See, that's what I said you. Technology, I can be a technologist and still I can work on that.
Correct.
Round the clock I can able to work. But now I'm the creator. I feel something great that I'm creating the society. I'm creating my own world, not for myself, for the future.
Wonderful.
For the world.
Wonderful.
Okay, that was the only convincing point that I always had, because I don't wanted to live for myself. I wanted to live for the society.
Great. What is education for you?
Something that you wanted to experience in your life for your wisdom, for your beyond knowledge. I won't say that as a knowledge, for your wisdom, to respect people around, to make humanity inside yourself. Because the more the number of degrees that you add next to your name, you must supposed to be more humble. You must see. I'll quote our ex first CM of Tamil Nadu, Mr. Kamarajar. He's not an educationalist. He never studied. He never been to school. But he had did so many things to education, assuming that this is going to keep Tamil Nadu higher than anything else. For a person who's not knowing anything about education can think about it in that form. Obviously, a person who studied from him should make sure the humanity works better. Right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Can I ask a little bit different questions to
Yeah,
you?
sure.
Because I'm getting that curiosity-based question.
Go ahead.
So, you told me your father is the founder of Bodh International, right?
Yep.
He must have started with some different thought. Then you came into picture. You became the principal. You are heading the organization now under his supervision or maybe under his vision. When you came into picture, is there something that you changed, or Bodh International is following the same path, the same vision that your father had?
See, point is like it's my vision and my dream of building this school actually. And we started together. The thing that I said to my dad is like, Dad, I have a different vision in education. So only we two can be partners. I don't wanted many partners
Yeah,
there.
absolutely.
So I wanted you to be the founder of the school all time.
Great.
And I'll be the correspondent principal of the school, and I'll ensure. It is not like before me he started.
Yeah.
It is we
You
both started
together,
together.
okay.
Yeah. But I don't wanted any other, because see, there are people who are offering like saying like, why don't we start together and all. But the vision may change. The dream may change, because I was convincing my dad since 5-6 years like what exactly the school have to come and how exactly we can able to grow, what exactly the system that we wanted to put in place. Even today he won't enter into the school as such. He'll be ensuring like the building parts, construction parts and everything, and even that also will just go with me.
Great. So, there are a lot of schools. Like, what exactly is the area where we are having our school?
The school is located in Shivaganga actually.
Okay.
It is near Madurai. Many people don't know Shivaganga. It is near Madurai.
Madurai, okay.
And Karaikudi. Karaikudi is also belongs to Shivaganga actually.
Great. So, there will be a lot of schools nearby, right?
Yeah, there are.
What is the difference in those schools, and what is something different or new that you're bringing on table for these students? Why they should opt Bodh International, not any other school?
Okay, see, I don't wanted to claim any school is bad or good. Basically, I wanted to do something for the future of the society.
Wow.
If in case you wanted to think like the future should be good, the society, you must supposed to think about the societal part. You are most welcome to both the international school. Here we teach humanity, we teach education, we teach discipline, we ensure end of the year, the child should have a wisdom over
Very nice.
beyond, I got scolding, I was being ill treated, I was being treated bad, I was being abused, like I'm not a good student, I didn't do homework, and my teacher didn't even ask why. See, there may be some reason for not doing a homework, which we must supposed to ask the child, like, what exactly is your problem? How can I help you? Because a teacher is a second mother. Mother can understand, okay, if in case a student is not doing homework also, there is a reason behind it, like, I don't like the subject. If in case I'm not liking the subject, you cannot force me to do that, right? How long you can able to do that?
Absolutely.
So that's a point that both the international school always wanted to be different.
Wow.
We must supposed to understand what's your problem, how can we correct it, and how it has to be done.
Great.
We must supposed to understand the kids' perception, like what exactly. See, that makes them like feel good, because in our school I used to call them honey. All the kids, despite of the pre-KG kids till the 12th class, I used to call them honey. The reason for calling them honey is the purest form in this world that has been nature made, and there is no need of any added preservatives to ensure that it is always safe.
Wow.
Years and years together, it can be pure without any preservatives. That is the thing. Any kid in this world is born. That's how the kid is born. But how are they shaped is a problem. Right? So both international school always focus on that. They wanted to be sweet. They wanted to be always honey, the purest form in this world.
Wow. Many people dream of changing the education system, but very few actually do it. What gave you the courage to start a school in a tier 3 town instead of a metropolitan city?
Why not? That's the problem. See, many people ask me the same question when I was building the school in Tier 3 city. It's a village, to be honest. It's not even a city. But the question is, why not the small kid, the small village should ensure that they have an international class of standards of
Correct.
education? Why we want to always focus on the metro? Even there are kids who is in village who can prove themselves if in case they have an opportunity. For example, any celebrity of this world, anyone for that reason, I'll say like out of experience, we get things. Let it be A.R. Rahman for that matter. When he was so young, he got an opportunity into the music. If in case he doesn't got an opportunity, it's not going to work. So my point is like tier 3, tier 2, tier 1 doesn't matter. Wherever we must supposed to provide an international standard of education where the kids have an exposure to everything so that they will become something in a great.
Great. Looking back today, what has education taught you that the corporate world could never?
Education, really the sweetest form. See, I enter into schools with lots and lots of stress. Corporate is always of stress. I'm not saying wrong, but the work nature is like that. But when you enter into the schools, just saying good morning to everyone, good morning, honey, good morning, honey. I closely say 700 good mornings in a day.
Wow.
Okay, I meet everyone and I say good morning.
So sweet.
So that makes me days so bright, so active. Even if in case I'm tired, even if in case I'm sick sometime, I enter into that world and that gives me complete energy for the rest of the day to run.
That's great. If someone described you only as a principal, what important part of your journey would they completely miss?
Okay, they would have missed a big picture of Manesh. Because precisely speaking, principal is just an tag
Yeah.
that is attached that may change anytime. Okay, but the human being, the values that we have given to the kids and the environment that we set up for the kids is something that they would have missed it. So it is not like just a tag. It is like how we just prove ourselves and how we just groom our kid. Down the line of 20, 30 years, I may be or I may not be there. But the point is like my children should come to my demise stating like my sir has went. My sir, he is Manesh sir, my sir. So let them be around the globe anywhere. But I wanted them to say like my sir, he has given me value to my life.
Wow. So has India's education system accidentally become a system that rewards obedience more than intelligence, or do you feel there is some other reason behind that?
See, obedience are important. That's for sure. But how are we bringing that obedience point matters. Because out of threaten, if in case I'm going to bring it, it's not going to work. Because
Absolutely.
India is, many foreign people used to say, India is an garbage country because we throw garbage without any point. See, unless or until we teach our kid that what is the necessity of being clean,
Correct.
and we are forcing them or beating them to put a dust
Yes.
inside the classrooms, they're going to say like, okay, fine, this classroom I should make sure it is neat.
But outside this, I will not.
No
do
one
that.
is not going to
It
know.
should come up from heart.
Yes. For that, see, we should not say it should come just by the heart. It should be learned by themselves.
Yeah.
How to make my environment clean? How should I want to
Correct.
make it clean?
Cleanliness is a part of life. It's not something that should be done at a specific place. You have to maintain it everywhere.
Exactly. Same way, the obedience also matters in the same form. That's what I wanted to say. Anything, say for example, I should not harm you. I should not harm a dog around me, or else I should not. See, since I'm from my school is from tier 3 cities, we used to see some snakes. Okay,
Oh,
around.
yes.
Okay. So kids used to say like, sir, we have to kill that. So it's so dangerous for us. I used to say like, see, just like how we live in our society, even they have the right to live in our society.
Correct.
And to be honest, we have built the school in their society. So we must first.
This is what I said, that there are a lot of people who say that there are a lot of pigeon that come to my balcony, and they make it dirty.
Okay.
Right. So it's very difficult to clean every day, because they are in a lot of numbers. So many people say that you get a gun and kill one or two with them or hit them, they'll stop coming.
Got it.
I said, they're not coming in my home. I am living in their home.
Exactly.
This place belongs to them. There should be trees. There should be some, water resources for them. We have concretized it, and now we want them to leave their own homes. How selfish we are.
Exactly. So this, we have to make them understand. Recently also I met the 12th going kids, and they were so naughty. One or two kids were so naughty. So I said them like, guys, I truly respect that you are naughty and all that. One of the class teacher got irritated, and she came to me and said like, sir, this kid is so naughty. So I entered into the classroom, and the same day I had an experience of that as well. My mom is basically from Chennai, so she's in Chennai. Me and my dad used to be there in my native Sivaganga. So that day morning, I was preparing sandwich. Unfortunately, what has happened is like there is 2 loaves of bread is less. So I was thinking, so I made three loaves of bread for my dad. Totally, I made 5. So by then I had a question of thinking like, should I want to give 3 to dad and 2 to me, or else should I want to take 3 and give it to dad too? So this was my slight confusion. This same thing I said to my kids as well. See, sometimes even your mom would have experienced this. You should ask your mom, ma'am, did you eat? Because she's preparing you food.
Correct.
And she's making things to you and everything. Even the class teacher who is coming to your classroom also is a point of that. Okay, see, they could have chosen some other job, but they have come here to teach you, to mentor you, to guide you. And you giving without any respect is not going to work.
Correct.
This made them to understand. The next day the kid said, so my mom didn't eat yesterday properly. I asked her to eat properly. And the same kid who was doing naughty, he went to the teacher and said like, ma'am, I'm sorry for what I did. The realization should come within, so that will be permanent forever.
Absolutely. Very nice. Because you are in education sector, this is the question that I feel I should ask you. There are a lot of parents who must be watching this podcast, a lot of students. And at this point of time, when their kids are in school, or when these kids are in school, they feel that scoring 90%, 95% or 100% is going to help them. Oh wow, my kid is first in class. But that does not ensure if they'll be first in life also.
Exactly.
Can a student who's scoring 100% in school can still fail in life?
There is a possibility. There are much possibilities. I won't say there is a possibility. Possibility is 50-50. I don't want to say in that form. I'll be saying like 75-25. Who is scoring 100, who is the topper? Do you remember your class topper? What are they doing as you do? Because I'll say, I don't know where my class topper has
They're
went.
doing ordinary jobs only. They have chosen 9 to 5 safe life. They're not taking any risk in their life. They're not building anything. They're not creating anything, because they could not get to know what was their passion. They were just focused on their books, and they are where these books have taken them. And to many of my friends I speak, they were scoring quite well. They say that, we've got the job. according to the society we are successful to Sharika, but maza nahi aa raha.
True, exactly. At the age of 40, 50, they'll realize that they are into a wrong direction and they don't know what exactly their passion is
And
running
that
out.
will be too late.
Yes, exactly. But we who's passionate, who's more towards like their passion, will run even at 80s and 90s till they die, till they
Correct.
close their eyes.
Correct.
I'll quote APJ Abdul Kalam sir. He wanted to become a teacher. And even I feel like that's the kind of death even I wanted, because he was addressing the kids in a college. He felt he's gone. See, that is something the passionate person can experience. It is not like he is bedridden and he was bad for so many years and all. He was active till the
Gone
last
while
minute.
duty. Absolutely.
So people may fail. Obviously, there are possibilities, but I don't want to say that 100% toppers or bad. I don't want to claim that here. But they also should experience that they have to do something great.
Correct. Speaking about the education system or the current scenario, are we producing rank holders or future leaders? What do you think?
We are producing rank holders, absolutely. But we must supposed to produce the future leaders, because all the developed nations work towards the future leaders. But the developing nation still focuses only on the rank holders. That's why we cannot able to be a developed nation, because I know to do only the work that has been already assigned.
Correct.
I don't know how to do a problem solving. I don't have such skill.
And that's very important. If you become India's education minister tomorrow morning, what are the first 3 reforms you would announce?
That's something great. See, first and foremost is like I wanted to localize the education. Say, for example, I don't like some kind of social science or something, or science or something, because I don't connect with that. For example, I'll say you, social science, it is talking something about French Revolution or something. Now the CBSE is trying to reform it, and even the 9th grade book has been reformed already. But basically, I have never been to France in my age of
I'll
5,
not be
6.
able to connect with that.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, my
Correct.
age. I don't know. So I don't know what are you talking about. If in case you're going to teach me about my surroundings, who is my grandmother, who is my grandfather, meaning like my kings and queens, my geography, my landscape, like why there is a lake here, why there is a drainage system here, what is the purpose of this, how exactly it can be. It can connect me more. So the first thing that I want to do is like localize the education. For example, especially the social and the science and mathematics. And the second thing is like I always wanted to ensure to give respect to the teachers, which we already do it. Because earlier we used to have Gurukulam system. Now teacher, right? So what? How dare you can beat my child? How dare you can scold my child? So I wanted to give more power to the teacher in terms of empowering the teacher as well.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, not just power in the sense like beating and scolding is not the power. It is something like the Gurukulam system, how we had, how the gurus are, how they were well trained, how they were being acknowledged. Because see, end of the day, it is monetization. We must supposed to have some kind of money in my hand to just ensure that I have to be good to the society. If in case I'm not having any food, I cannot preach you or teach you something. So I'm supposed to empower the teacher, which makes the teacher so great, because only a teacher can bring a classroom, and only a classroom can bring a society, and the society can bring the nation great. So that's the second thing I wanted to do it. And the third thing I wanted to do in terms of is like value-based education system, strictly enforced. In 2000s and all, the education system had value-based education. There will be at least weekly one period which has value-based education. But in recent trend, it is something like PCBM or PCM or
Correct.
whatsoever, which is not going to help the kid. See, it's going to help the kid, it's going to make them intelligent, but education without a value is of no use.
Is of
There
no
is
use.
point.
They do not know what are the ethical boundaries. I don't know if I should speak in front of the camera or not, but there are a lot of terrorists. You'll see they were intelligent, educated, but value system was not there. They misuse their science, and you have seen the description.
What is the purpose of it? There is no point in developing it. So the
Correct.
third point is that I wanted to do that.
Correct. There are a lot of parents who are watching you today. What is the biggest myth parents still believe about education?
Parents believe the child should be the topper, and all kid should study, and all the kids should get first rank holder, which is
Not
absolutely not possible.
Correct.
You cannot ask a fish to fly, and you cannot ask a bird to swim. So this is a proverb that we know already. So that's the point we must supposed to understand. We must supposed to ensure that what is my caliber, what is my potential, how can I grow it. If in case, see, you can be a first rank holder as well, but what is the part of contribution that you did for a kid? It is not putting in a good school is a point of making you have did your job done. You must supposed to ensure that the child is understanding or not in the primary levels. If in case they don't know, if in case you are an educated parent, you must supposed to sit with the kid, make them understand, and teach them like how it can be done properly.
Absolutely.
So that if a parent, teacher, and the child understands in their primary level, like, okay, fine, I'm happy about it. That's great. But the myth that the parents is following is like a school should be strict, and the teacher and the principal should not understand the kid, so that the child will do their work on their own. It is a biggest myth, I personally feel, because it is the child, again I'm saying you, the child have to run for 20 years with you.
Yes.
So you must supposed to make them love the work what they're doing.
Correct.
But parents think in opposite way. They are even to me, many parents used to say me, sir, you be strict. Why are you not strict? What is the purpose of being strict? I can just make them to do it without understanding. They mug up. What is the point? There is no point.
Correct.
So they were supposed to feel happy to coming inside the premises and enjoy learning. It's not education, it's learning. I am supposed to learn.
100%. Why are schools still spending years teaching subjects that artificial intelligence can now perform in seconds?
See, I won't accept this point. The reason because artificial intelligence can do any work that they are doing it, but the value inside it can be added only by the human beings.
Absolutely.
The sixth sense, I mean, okay, the sixth sense, the five senses, the AI can do it. The sixth sense of understanding who you are, what is your problem, how can I help you in that?
Cannot do.
That sixth sense we can never be. So that is a point. We can't able to say like we can stop teaching because AI can do it. We must supposed to make the child to think how exactly it can be done.
Great. Should homework continue to exist in this its current form? Because you're running a school, that's why I'm asking this question. Or is it the time to completely rethink learning beyond the classroom?
Obviously, everyone's answer, even the parent is going to accept it. We have to reshape it completely. We can give more of interactive projects, assignments that they can feel it and do it. The child can enjoy learning. Because homeworks of lots and lots of writing. See, writing is good. I'll 100% say. Because even today, we will also should understand that after this AI has entered, we forgot our spellings. We forgot the grammar.
Yes.
We forgot everything. And right, so in that terms, writing is good than talking. Writing is going to make sure that it is staying in our long-term memory. But at the same time, if in case it's kind of project that they can be able to write it instead of printing it, it's going to be awesome. It's a curiosity building work is going to be awesome.
Absolutely.
So the homework can be reshaped in this form.
Now we are in the era which is driven by technology, artificial intelligence. If ChatGPT can write essays, AI can solve mathematics, and robots can code, what exactly should children still learn in school?
See, they can do it. That's what I'm saying. The ChatGPTs and the AI can rule the world. But you have to have a skill of mastering them. You must supposed to be for example, ChatGPT is built by a human being. It has been enforced to think how exactly the thought process has been developed by a human being.
Correct.
So you must supposed to know to master them rather than just be an user.
Correct. And also there's one point is AI is gathering information from all the available resources on internet. It's not creating anything, right?
Exactly.
It cannot create anything.
True.
So the power of creation is still in our hand, and the power of solving problem. There are a lot of challenges or problems or daily life issues which an AI cannot tell you.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. The sixth sense, understanding the situation, what is happening around me, and then work accordingly.
Correct. Will artificial intelligence replace teachers according to you, or will it simply replace teachers who refuse to evolve?
100% people who refuse to evolve is a problem.
But AI is not going to replace teachers.
AI cannot able to replace, because see, in a classroom of 20 kids, okay, I'm not talking about the 40 kids, because we basically follow 20 kids in our school.
Okay.
So in a classroom of 20 kids, all 20 has different needs. They cannot be the same. So AI, that's what I'm saying. Again, the sixth sense is always belonging to the human being. Till the AI is reaching to the sixth sense, then there may be a possibility of completely like we become an dinosaur era. So until or unless the sixth sense, the teacher cannot be replaced at all.
Wow.
Because they are small kids. They are just born. They are just 2.5 to 3 years old, and 3 years old, the AI can't able to understand who are you. They can able to say in just in words, or they can show pictures, or they can give you an audio summary as well. But for example, I'm asking you, can the AI become pregnant and give birth to a child?
No,
Not possible.
not
The
at
same way, the teacher can never be replaced, but a teacher who is not willing to evolve with this trend is going to be the biggest problem.
Absolutely. So, if a child is studying in class 5 today, what kind of world will they graduate into 15 years from now? Are schools preparing them from the for the reality which is going to come in front of them? Because if I see my school time and if I see today's school time, I feel there's a lot of difference. And for next 20 years, I'm really sorry, but I'm not able to understand what exactly is going to happen. Will they carry books with them? Will these syllabus books will be they will be replaced? All these classrooms can be in AI mode. What exactly is going to happen? Because this era is so fast, it's very difficult to actually predict what is going to happen. As a principal, as an educator, if you have to comment on this, what will you say?
See, this is the question that I usually ask in my staff's meeting. Basically, all staff's meeting I used to ask. See, we are not teaching for the student who is of 2025 or 2026 or 2030. We are teaching for students who is going to understand, who is going to live in his life for 20, 50 or 60 or 70.
Yes, absolutely.
So in that point, one thing that we must supposed to ensure is like they have an ability to problem solve, understand the current scenario, and adapt to it.
Yes, that
Because
adaptation is very
you
important.
can never teach that technology right now.
Absolutely.
But one point you can teach them is like to understand what is happening around rather than mugging up. For example, I'll say you, in 2000s, the iPhone was evolving. Okay, now iPhone has evolved so much. But if you compare the iPhone 17 versus iPhone, the 3G or 2G, 3G generation, I guess so, it's going to have lots and lots of differences. But one thing is like, you cannot expect the iPhone 17 to be developed in 2000s itself.
No.
So the point is, the people who is working on it understand the situation.
It's a process of evolution.
So we must supposed to be a creator there. We must supposed to be an analyst there, rather than being a vomiting person, just what I have learned and what I have mucked up. So
Somebody has given me a right answer. I've asked this question to a lot of people and nobody said this. They said that, this is going to evolve in this. There is a pattern. You can decode that. But you are absolutely right. We need to learn how to evolve and adapt, because nowadays I've seen a lot of millennials, even a lot of old people who were able to adapt this technology and they're doing wonders. They're 45, 50, 60 years old, 65 years old man who was using AI, who was using technology very well. They said that, Tusharika, I faced a lot of challenges in my life. I learned a lot throughout this process. I've seen computers coming in life. I've seen that time when we used to post every thing, and now then computer came, then emails. I have seen everything. It's not a big deal. It's always about mind and mindset.
exactly. So this should be trained in the childhood itself.
Correct.
Than being just mugging up what's happening around. Then it should be trained in the childhood itself, like how exactly it can be groomed,
Absolutely.
how exactly we can able to think, how exactly we can able to handle a situation. Because I could able to see there are lots and lots of suicidal cases after every competitive examinations, just because
They don't know what they can do after this.
yeah, exactly. So how are they going to manage the future? It's going to be very hard.
Correct. Because you come from an IT background also, which careers do you believe will disappear because of AI, and which entirely new careers will emerge in this new coming era?
See, I'll tell you, the people who's working with their 9 to 5 clock is going to completely go off. That's
Okay.
for sure. And who loves things to do, who loves to create something, or else who is passionate about things. Say, for example, I'll tell you, even cooking is going to be made by robots and AI. Okay, not AI, but the robots can able to do that. But the taste, only who is passionate about is going to run that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and the same way, even the dress is going to be designed by the robots. But the designers still have it if in case they are passionate about it. So any jobs, I won't say that it's going to be abolished, but 9 to 5 clock, or else like the regular routine work that is happening around us, like a data entry work or anything, everything is going to be disappearing. And doing from the heart is always going to have a touch. That's what I'm saying you again. It's going to be the sixth sense. If in case you can able to use 100% of your sixth sense, that's okay. You can even do the data entry work better. I have heard the actor Kamala Hassan, hope you know about him, right? Actor Kamala Hassan. So he used to quote one point. He used to say like, his mother used to say to him, it seems, hey, you can clean even the toilet. I have no problem. You do any work in your life. I have no problem about it. But people should say this toilet was being cleaned by Kamala Hassan. That's a quality of work you must supposed to
Yeah,
do.
and this is my way of living. I've learned this story from someone. Somebody told me that you become a cobbler. A cobbler said this to his son when his son was leaving his home and saying that, I'm not able to get anything out of it, and it's a waste of time, and I'll go and do something else in the city. The cobbler said that you become a cobbler, but when somebody sees a slipper or a shoe made by you, they should be able to understand. You do, मतलब हिंदी में उन्होंने बोला कि तुम मोची बनो, मगर ऐसे बनो कि तुम्हारे इलाके में तुम्हारे जैसा कोई ना हो. You
Exactly.
do your job, but people should remember you for that.
Exactly. No, that made him to become a world-known actor.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how he
Very
got it.
nice.
So any job, I won't say like it's going to disappear. Apart the daily routine work that anyone can do it.
Correct.
It should be from the heart that we have to do it.
Now we can be more productive also after this. One more question I want to ask. When AI can answer almost all questions instantly, what becomes more valuable? Knowledge, curiosity, or wisdom?
Obviously, I answered you earlier itself, I guess. Oh, it's wisdom. We must suppose knowledge is required, but wisdom is totally different.
You are in the system of knowledge. You are running a school. I expect every principal to say that books are very important. You need to know how to answer these questions. And you again and again are focusing on value system, wisdom, all these things. Kudos to your work, sir.
No, the problem is, ma'am, see, the kid is learning with us for the 15, 16, 17 years in the school, and post that they are going to their college 20 years and 25 years without a value system or without
cannot
knowledge. See,
survive.
there is one famous competency-based theory. In that competency-based theory, it has been said, even the NASCOM is saying that 85% of graduates are not eligible to get a job.
Yes.
This is because they are not unconsciously competent. They are consciously competent. That is knowledge. Being consciously competent is known as knowledge. But the society, the workplace, and the corporate is expecting us an unconscious competence. For example, I'll tell you, I breathe now because I'm unconscious about it. I'm competent enough, and then I'm unconscious. If in case an asthma patient or else who have a difficulty in breathing, go and ask them, they'll be consciously breathing.
Correct.
So that's the problem. So if in case we become an unconscious competent person, we can make things greater. We never think only about breathing now. We think about what is to be spoken and how. So this is what the wisdom is. Knowledge is consciously competent. I know this. I have to build this. Next point is this. This is how we have to go ahead. I don't know how to jump from this point to that point because I'm unconscious.
Correct. If I would like to continue this conversation with another question. What is the biggest parenting mistake you see today that silently affects a child's future, which parents are making nowadays?
See, too much of parenting, I'll say, basically. Because
Nowadays, parenting coaches have also come in picture.
Exactly.
They take webinars.
Exactly. The reason is because, see, I'll tell you, earlier it used to be there are so many kids in a family. So they used to think like, okay, fine, you do your work, we'll take care. And there used to be a joint family and all. Now it is a nuclear family with one child at a family and all. Or else they're taking a long gap for the next child. So in that point, what they're doing is like they're trying to pamper the kids so much that they don't want to make the child to do any work on their own. They were being groomed from the childhood. So for example, they always wanted to keep them next to them. And what if you wanted a toy? How many toys you would have got it from your parents when you were childhood? And how many toys this generation have got it? See, now if you enter into a room, I have my sister's kids. If I enter into the room is full of toys. But when we used to have it, used to be like one or two. So, and especially the mobile phones, handing over the mobile phones to the kid and making them to eat. See, I remember my grandma used to allow me to go around the cycle, and coming back to her, she used to feed me once and again go around. So it makes me physically fit, and my mind is active, and I'm not completely into the social media actually. See, social media is making the kid so bad that your parents are trying to say like, no, sir, my child is not listening. Please don't say that. They are your kid. You have the complete right to groom them properly. Your parent has groomed them.
Correct.
They have been strict where they exactly wanted to be strict. And they have been lenient where exactly they wanted to be. they are not always lenient. But the parenting right now is like, we are saying like, sir, my child is not ready, obedient. If in case I'm not giving the mobile phone, he or she is not eating, let them not eat, no problem. What's there in it? For once, one day, one time, or else one full day they cannot able to eat. But end of the day, they will understand like, okay, fine, these are my restrictions. Because kids, once they start getting things, whatever they wanted, they cannot able to accept the failures. For example, I'll tell you, in sports, if a child is not winning, they should not cry. They should try to win the next time.
Correct.
So they should run behind it. But the parents has given a much sufficient comfort that you have to win or else die, which is not going to work, because the society, the world is not only for the winners. Even we are supposed to accept the failures as well as an
Absolutely.
equal part.
Absolutely.
And that has to be trained. But where are the parents training? That's a problem.
Correct. So, what worries you more? Um, Children spending too much time on screen, or adults spending too little meaningful time with their children?
See, the second one is happening. That's why the first one is happening. I won't claim the child is wrong. I'll say like the parent
Are not
should
spending time with
much of time. That's why the child is also not can't able to just interact with a real time human being. So they started entering into the mobile phone.
Correct.
Both the parents are working. I totally agree with that. But at the same time, just because both the parent is working doesn't mean like even the bedtime stories you can stop telling, because anyway you're going to come and sleep at a point. By that time you can talk to the kid. What is happening around you? Did you help someone? Did you say thank you to a person who has helped you? Did you say sorry for a person whom you hurted for? Did you please your teacher? Because sorry, thank you, please is a hardest word in this generation.
Correct.
But why should I want to help you? What is the necessity? So something I have did to you, I would have hurted you. I would have got some offer from you. So how should I want to get an offer from you? I should please you. Can you please do it? I should say thank you for doing this work. Because always I believe love is God. Okay, the more you worship God, the more you should love people around you. There won't be any war. Correct. So I always think the child should be given more importance, priority than any other work by a parent.
Wow. What qualities do you believe every child should possess before graduating from school, regardless of their marks?
Value-based education. Value. What is their values? How
What
it's
are 3 major important values that you want to see in every kid?
being humble, helping each other, and understanding from the other perspective.
Wow. I think this will solve every problem that we are having
Exactly.
it now. How do we ensure that while child becomes smarter through AI, they also become kind, more compassionate, and more responsible human beings? You must be doing this in school. I would like to ask you to tell these parents what you do in your school and how you make sure that these kids are having these values in them.
See, first thing is like respect them. As I said, you don't call them with their names or something. Call them honey. That's great. First thing. And second thing is like give them the responsibilities. They will do it. Say for example, in our school, I used to say like class 9, 10, 11, 12 kids to take the responsibility. The 9th and 10th kids should serve the food for the annual day event or the Onam celebration that we do. And the 11th and 12th kids should feed the kindergarten kids, just like their parents.
Wow.
So what they'll do is like they'll feel responsible, more responsible.
They do
will-
this?
Yeah, they do that.
Wow.
All the kindergarten kids should be fed by the 11th and 12th kids.
Wonderful.
Because looking at their seniors, even the juniors will also get that experiences.
Sweet, yeah.
And the 9th and 10th kids, with the help of the teacher, they will be serving the food for entire school actually. So that's how, give them more responsibilities. The more responsibilities that you give to the kid, the more learning will happen. The value-based learning will happen.
Absolutely. So, what is the one question every parent should ask themselves before asking their child, how many marks did you score?
Did I spend some good valuable time for them? Point number one. And point number two is, did I spoke to them properly before just asking the marks? Like, what is your problem? What exactly can be done? Is there any difficulty that you're facing? How can I help you in that? I may be an expert or I may not be an expert, but is there any possibility that I can be able to help you? This solves lots and lots of problems with the kids.
Beautiful. Can leadership, resilience, and character truly be taught, or are they developed only through individual experiences?
It is by individual experiences. Just like before I said you, if in case you allow a kid to just do their work by themselves or create their own You give them the space to perform
Yeah.
in a controlled
They'll learn
environment,
it, yeah.
they will learn a lot, and that gives them a leadership in the future. That's a point I always believe. So you are supposed to give them that opportunity. Without that, it's impossible for them to learn all these.
Great. Let's discuss about building the India of tomorrow, which you always want to discuss about. There's one question that I want to ask. Can India's next global innovation come from a small village school? What needs to be changed for that to happen?
First thing is an opportunity, and the second thing is like willingness to do that in the tier 3 city.
Wonderful. And now you have already started doing that.
Exactly.
Great.
But I wanted so many people to think in that perception.
Definitely. After this podcast, I feel there will be a lot of policymakers who will be watching this podcast, a lot of entrepreneurs. When these startup owners or entrepreneurs or somebody who's planning to start their own business want to come into this market, they always think about these metropolitan cities, but they will also start thinking about the tier 3 cities where a lot of potential is there. Now
Exactly.
tier 3 also have purchasing power, but they don't have an opportunity.
Exactly.
So that's what we are supposed to bring. Very nice. If you were designing the world's first school for 2050, what subjects would disappear and what entirely new subjects would replace them?
Definitely, there is no subjects that we can able to replace. To be honest, let's
Okay.
understand from the root. So, maths is important, science is important, language is important, social science is important. Everything is important, but localizing it and making the child to understand. Right now we are in an era of transition where learning is only mug-upping or something like that. It should be transformed completely, and it should be like experiential learning. Initially, when I started, also I was talking about the Slumdog Millionaire movie. It should be a kind of experience. The child should experience all these mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology, and social science, language. Because without experiences, it's very hard. Let's take an example like this. I have never been to Japan. Let's assume like that. I can never understand Japanese language, right? So I'm supposed to get into Japan to understand, to talk with them. I may find it hard initially, but
Correct.
down the line of 10 years, I'm going to talk Japanese.
Absolutely.
So it is the experience that we must supposed to build
Even
with
if
the child.
it will not take 10 years, the kind of brain we have, I think 1 or 1.5 years is more than enough. We do FLP.
Exactly.
We learn that these languages in 1 or 1.5 years, so it's doable,
Possible,
yeah.
but experience matters.
Yeah,
That's what I'm trying to say.
absolutely. So, what single skill will be more valuable than any university degree over the next 20 years? Because we are in a different, as you said, we are in a transition era. So, things are going to be replaced. So, as per you, what exactly is going to be there?
See, that's what I'm saying. You being kind and human and thinking about the other person is going to create an innovation. And that's the skill that we must supposed to develop. See, I don't want to keep saying like it's education. Reason is because, see, that is going to make you kind. The
Correct.
more the number of degrees, as I said earlier, the more the number of degrees, the more you're going to become humble and connected through the roots. For example, once upon a time, a person would have thought like it's very difficult to walk. So that's why he would have invented the wheels. So he has thought from the other perception's view.
Yes.
He thought like, okay, I have this point is problematic for everyone. Why don't we create this?
Correct.
That's why he has invested entire life for that. It's not just for himself. He didn't do it for himself. By the time he invented the wheels or something, many people for that matter, they would have disappeared by the time that they would have created it. But the future generation is using, because we think from the other person's view. We are supposed to think from the other person's view. By then only innovations will be there. Human beings, they themselves will be there. At a point when I was in childhood, I was thinking this matter. Will human beings eat the other human being? This was my thought process. Because I was thinking, where are we going? Once upon a time, we were used to thinking about value-based human being as a greatest human being. Say, for example, Mahatma Gandhi, Ratan Tata sir. But now, how much money you have? What is there in your pocket? What is the car that you're going on? That's the point. So at a point, I was thinking, when I was in childhood, this thought process was there in my mind. Will there be a possibility of humans eating their own human being? Because I don't have a space. Because I don't have a wealth. Because I don't have a food. So I'll kill you. That is happening now, right? Because so many murders or so many illegal activities is happening just because for their own lifestyle, just for their food.
Absolutely.
So these things have to be evolved.
Absolutely.
So this thing we must supposed to focus on.
Wow. What does the phrase future ready education truly means, and why do you believe most schools still misunderstand this?
Okay. So in terms of education itself, we'll talk about. So in case we are talking about education, future ready education is mastering what exactly the technologies that we are having around us. It's not consumer. It's like the producer. We have to produce the ChatGPT. We have to create how ChatGPT works. We have to create the Instagrams, and we have to create the YouTube, and we have to understand the algorithms of how exactly it is happening, rather than being just the consumer and saying like I'm Gen Alpha or Gen Beta and all. You must supposed to be the creator there and make sure like, okay, fine, this I know to do this. You must supposed to not be a gamer. You must supposed to be the creator of the gamer. That is the future generation of education. That's how it should be.
Wonderful. Can we play a small rapid fire round with each other?
Yeah.
I'll be giving you a few words. You just have to answer me in a single word, right? Or one or two words if you want. Marks.
Marks, basically, it's overrated,
Artificial intelligence.
underrated, and essential too.
Homework.
Homework, overrated. The
Tu-
current form of homework is overrated.
Okay. Tuition.
Tuition, overrated, not required.
Coding.
Coding is also not required because AI is going to take over, but the basic understanding is required.
Discipline.
Discipline, underrated actually it is, and it should be essential. It is most essential part.
Wow. And creativity.
Again, underrated, but it is essential.
Failure.
Failure also overrated. Actually, it should be understand as unbiased to it. Okay, fine, failure, right? No problem. Any invention happened because of the failures. So many failures.
Correct. Entrepreneurship for you.
Entrepreneurship, again, it's underrated, which is essential, which we have to groom with every kid.
Agree. Curiosity.
Underrated again, which we must supposed to make sure it is essential.
Examination.
Overrated.
Overrated.
Yeah, reason is because, see, don't mug it up, I'm saying. Just make sure like that is part of an event, part of your understanding. Don't just say like, okay, this is your final board marks and this is how I'm going to print your labels and with this mark you're going to quit only this course and all. Not required.
Reading.
Reading is underrated. We must suppose it is essential.
Correct.
It is
Parenting.
essential. Most underrated. It is important because any parent is thinking like, okay, fine, I may put you in some school,
Yeah,
good school, and
I've
I pay
done
you
my
the
job,
fees.
yeah.
I've done my job. No, that's not the thing. Parenting is most important.
Correct. And leadership for you.
It is again most important and underrated too.
What is success for you? In your words, if you can tell me in one or two lines, what is success for you?
That's what I said. You're right. In my demise, anyone, even let it be one person, they should come saying like, my person who has given me value in my life has passed away. So I must supposed to go. See, Alexander Great, I'll just explain this. Alexander the Great, he ruled the entire world, but he said that. That was my inspiration. He said like, hey, I've conquered almost all the world around us, but now I'm going to die. I know I'm going to die. Okay, put my body upside down, both my hands down, in a way that every world should know like I'm not going to take anything from this world. Even though I'm going to be the ruler of the world, I have now
Nobody
taken
can take.
everything.
Very nice.
So the point is like a person who is coming to your demise with let it be any kind of work. Let them be the collector of any district or let them be the prime minister or president of any across the globe. They should say like, no, I have to cancel all my work. I have to go for this person's because he has made my change in my life. That's a success that I always believe.
Wonderful, sir. Imagine it is the year 2050. One of your former student is leading the nation. Another is a scientist, another an entrepreneur, and another is a teacher. What is the one lesson you hope every one of them still remembers from you?
Okay. See, unless or until they're kind, they must supposed to be kind enough when they do something great to the society and taking responsibility of entire people, just thinking from the other person, not just I have got all the superpower, so I can do whatever. They must supposed to understand how exactly they can able to help the future generation and what can make them great person. I always wanted to meet my kid in a way who is staying humble and who is thinking like, sir, it's you, sir. I'm so happy because of you. I'm here and I'm doing this job to the society here. And because of them, I could able to help impact minimum 1 lakh to 10 lakh people around me. That is really helpful. And many people are just happy because of my culture. They should say.
That's great.
the work that they're doing. Let them be the scientist or the Prime Minister of India or anyone for that matter, a teacher also. They should say, I have given an impact on their life. So because I always love the power of compounding. If I could, today, if I could able to create 700, the future may be like 70,000, 70 lakhs, 70 crores, 1 lakh 40 crores, entire nation. Future may be great, but provided they should have that value.
Absolutely. There will be a lot of students who will be watching it today, a lot of parents will be watching it today, and a lot of teachers also will be watching it today. I want you to give a last lesson to all of them. This is your camera.
Okay. So, to the parents and the teacher, I'm saying the kids are kids. They have their own generation and they have their own world. So, one thing that we must supposed to keep them in mind is like we have an opportunity, should provide them an opportunity to perform themselves rather than just thinking like you do what I wanted to do it. That's not the right thing that we have to do it. And the teacher holds the greatest responsibility in this world. We are not just producer of marks. When a child is trying to raise their hands and say like, ma'am, I have this doubt, or sir, I have this doubt, we must supposed to ensure, even we may not know, okay, sometimes we may not know, but the provider, the point is like we must supposed to learn it, prepare it, and the next day we must supposed to honestly say this is the answer, because whatever you say, they take it right. If in case you're trying to not knowing the answer and trying to just manage it, the kid also will also learn to do that in the same form. But to the kid, I always wanted to say, learn with curiosity and make sure the things that is happening around you is always great. Your place should be visible to you. You should know like, okay, fine, this is what I'm doing and this will impact in this form. Be valuable, be kind and humble all time. That is going to be the biggest value that you're going to learn.
Wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful speaking to you, Manish sir. I see a visionary man in you who is trying to create a change and who has already created a change. Changing life of 700 students is not a small job that you're doing.
So far, we would have crossed 1,000 students.
Yeah.
The 300 passed out.
Currently, you have 700.
Yes, sir.
So, changing life of 1,000 student is not a small thing, and giving them everything that they deserve, because many times students do not know what they'll need when they'll enter into physical
Exactly.
world, and that's what you're preparing them for. So, I'm really grateful to have you on this panel and discussing about such a great issue. It was a wonderful conversation with you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
So this was Manesh Sathyanathan, sir. I always say whenever we sit with a visionary person uh, who has given all of their efforts, time, money, whatever they had in a single purpose, this is how they drive future, and this is important now because AI is going to take almost everything from us, but it can never take value. It can never take our intention. It can never take empathy. It can never take truthfulness. So anything can be taken away from you, but let me tell you, your values are going to be there with you. I always say, and I today after this conversation, I can strongly say that people can forget what you are wearing. People can forget how you were looking, what was your age at that point of time when they met you. They may forget what kind of environment they had, but they will always remember what you were saying, how you treated them, how you talked to them. So it is very important for us to be polite, to be nice, because this is why we are being educated. The myths that we are having now, that we are getting educated to get a degree and then moving towards a job, it's not life. Life is more about purpose. It's about patience. It's about perseverance. It's about love. It's about, you have seen a lot of millionaires who have left everything and became a monk. Why? They were having every materialistic thing with them. They could have bought anything that you want or they want, but they're choosing that monkhood to reach that peace of life. What ultimately is important, that peace of life. And to all the parents, I want to say that that peace of life your kid can only have when they're following their passion. Let them first understand what is their passion. That's your job. And then let them follow their passion. If Lata Mangeshkar's father would have said that you become a teacher, we could have not got the Nightingale of India. If somebody have said that, why you're trying to build a missile, why don't you become a professor in the university? We could not have got the Missile Man of India. The similar thing have happened with a lot of people. We are having great artists, beautiful singer, wonderful dancers, because somebody supported them. Every individual who has got a medal, let me tell you, their parents have struggled behind them. Their parents were present with them when they were practicing, when they did not even knew this man, this girl, this baby will get a medal for India. So let's prepare India for that. We are having a great demographic dividend with us, and we can utilize this demography and tell the world that yes, India can lead the world. And with teachers like Manish sir, visionary entrepreneurs like him, if we also step into this, we can build a great future. And this future is not just going to be beautiful, we are going to enjoy that with each other, because a piece of cake without friends is tasteless. So let's build a good future together. I'm really grateful to Manish sir and to this pedestal for giving us an opportunity and showing this kind of thought process here. I hope this is going to help a lot of people. I want to request everyone to share this podcast with parents, teachers, entrepreneurs, everyone. Let's build it together. This is our combined responsibility. In next podcast, we'll meet with some other guest, with some other questions, with some other thought process. Till then, please take care of yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you.